Hey there, welcome back to the table, the virtual table, and we got ourselves a doozy here. This is called Burden of Command, and I have not played this at all. In fact, if we go to my Steam, um, I haven't even registered the first minute of play yet. um, you're gonna experience this for the very first time along with me. Now, it's getting mixed reviews. Some people seem to like it. Some people think that it's not so good, and I tried to pull together the consensus, and I think most people think that. So this what is this game supposed to be? It's supposed to be a giant choose your own adventure meets um what was the board game where it was about people who were stuck in the middle of a war. But like it's like a really gritty choose your own adventure, set in the World War II time frame. And I think it was the Cotton Baler division. I don't know anything about the military history for this particular division, um, but you're an officer having to make decisions. So it's a command level um, decisions, and there are like I think the biggest criticisms I've read so far is that when you do get an enemy unit like caught out in the open and you have crossfire, like the kind of situations that would obliterate a unit, um, the enemy unit just seems to survive it like it's nothing, and so they get really frustrated that you make all the right decisions and then it still becomes punishing. And I don't know. I haven't played it yet, so we're gonna find out. So it shows that you got these four characters, and I don't know if it's because we're gonna be you know assuming the role of all four of them. Um, I mean, there's three lieutenants here. Usually, you don't need three different new lieutenants, but anyways, let's give it a go. So we're gonna start a new campaign. Here you can see it's the Cotton Balers. That's the only campaign available for it so far. Um, we're gonna do balanced. So WSD moves camera. That's pretty normal. Here we go. There's a tutorial. I'm being told that it gets much better after the tutorial ends. Okay, that's awesome.
Hello, this is Luke Hughes, lead designer for Burden of Command, and I'm breaking through the fourth wall today. Ouch! To thank you. Thank you for taking a risk on something new, a leadership RPG. Now I imagine you're here hoping to test your mettle as a leader, emotionally, morally, tactically, in World War II. For us to give you that experience, it means a risk for you. What's the risk? Well, a new approach obviously requires a learning curve, and we all know learning curves can produce confusion, hell, even frustration, and playtesting has shown that there is a learning curve for Bird. Two kinds. The easier part, where you learn new mechanics, not tried before, and then the much harder ones, where we break some of your likely pretty ingrained assumptions about how, for example, repeated shooting will kill an enemy unit. We instead do something called the 4Fs, which we'll get into later. The point is, I'm going to be breaking in occasionally here to help you with video demonstrations, along with some design explanations about why we break these conventions. But remember, it's all to give you a credible leadership role-playing experience. And hey, we know these fourth wall break-ins may be jarring at times, but extensive playtesting has shown these videos can really help your journey. So please, keep an open mind, and hey, Cotton Baler, good luck out there.
Well, it's definitely an interesting game so far. All right, we're at Camp Pickett, Virginia. I do not want to. Yeah, let's just convince our journey. Okay. This is always my gripe with Choose Your Own Adventure. Like, I don't think I would do any of those three things. You said that 10 miles ago, Sergeant. Well, what am I? Am I above him? Below him? Because if I'm below him, I don't think it's appropriate to talk to him that way. If I'm above him, darn right I will. um, this might mean I'm second guessing him because I don't trust him. And then this is blindly trusting him, which may also be a bad idea. Oh. Set the regular army. Ten trust is one procedure loyalty. I guess you pick. Alright. So it's a little bit of, I guess.
So here I am in boot camp somewhere in Virginia, 1942, just like you will be soon. I'm going to start with our first concept that will be familiar and unfamiliar, your first learning curve aspect. So, like games like XCOM and frankly many tactical games these days, we use action points. We call them orders and they have the green dots. So this leader has 4 action points. And no surprise, when he say moves, he spends an action point, which you can see happening there.
Mouse over the book icons. Okay. Select, right click. Okay, I did move him there. I don't understand what's going on. Dude, I'm still waiting for us to do Antebellum game where I play Switzerland. And Nathan,
This squad has been activated. The leader no longer needs to pay an order to activate it. So let's move it, and you'll see no action from the leader. He didn't spend another order. So I'm going to come down there, join my squad, lead, grab them both, and go somewhere. Now this time, they'll both pay an order. But be careful, it's not an activation order. They're both moving. You don't get a free ride. You got to pay for the move too. So, there you go. We're similar to games you're used to. Action points. But in this case, they're really orders, and they involve things like squad activation.
Okay, the first left click selects both. So leader, unit. What's the difference? So this looks the same as this to me. Ah, the circle. Okay. Alright.
This is a leadership RPG. We're always going to be focused on bringing out leadership aspects. In the Army, leaders are in charge of platoons, which is a group of squads or companies. And so there's a command structure, and we do that too. This is a squad here, part of my rifle platoon. For it to do something, I've got to order it. Or, if you want to make it simpler, activate it. So, did you see an order came up on me? Not just the squad. The squad paid its action point, but I'm just going to say order from now on. But I paid an order because effectively I ordered the squad.
I don't know what's going on. I got this thing broken. Completely and utterly broken. Left click this squad. I'm nowhere near. I have no idea why it's so broken. We're gonna run back down the hill now. We're gonna run all the way back to the beginning. Now I gotta move all the way up there. It's a little ridiculous.
Honestly, it would have been simplest to design the game as 1 unit per hex, like many games do. But frankly, it just felt wrong not to have leaders in with their men leading them. So we committed to simple stacking. 1 leader, 1 squad per hex. So then how do you manage selection? It's simple. Click any unit in the hex, both select, because you probably want to move both of them normally. But maybe you just want to move the leader this time. Click again. And here I am. So I'll do the same thing again. I'll click the squad, and I go back and forth between just the squad and both.
Okay, so they want us to move our leader. To there. Okay, so I held down control and clicked on those three so I don't go through the open field. Then I right clicked one more time. If there's anything I've learned when you're a fresh lieutenant, listen to your sergeant. Good morale. Okay.
Thank you, Sergeant Bennett. Sergeant Bennett is reminding me I need to teach you about the backbone of your company's performance. It's morale. So here we have a good order squad. It's green, no suppression, has 2 orders, moves about 3 hexes, tries to move under fire, pass the morale check to do that, about 70%. And if it fires at an enemy, 50-50. Now notice those initiative wheels, donuts I like to call them. You really want to win initiative, because if you win initiative, you fire first, you suppress the enemy, reduce their morale, but then their fire back will be weak. Now let's look by contrast at this shaken company. It's yellow, it's lost about half its morale to suppression. First thing to notice, subtly, is it only moves 2 squares forward, can still retreat, because they're more cautious, because they're shaken. Also, let's notice one more thing, only 1 order. So the morale is actually reduced the total quantity of actions you can give this squad. Pretty bad. And guess, if you fire at them, not going to go so well. You're going to lose. And the morale check's unlikely. Finally, let's look at these poor guys. About 9 points of suppression, they're red, they're basically cowering, they won't even move forward. Though you can still move them back to get rallied, maybe behind a hill or in some cover. I wouldn't bother trying to fire. Not gonna work, and you can give up on assault. Now, Ryan, let's have a little fun here. This is a 3-star unit, very experienced. What do you notice? It's got 3 orders, not 2. That's a big win. And guess how it's going to do in firefights? Very well. And guess how it's going to do on morale checks? Hey, it doesn't even have to pass a morale check to move under fire. Work hard, Captain. Maybe you'll have units like this eventually. Lead them well.
It makes sense so far. It sort of makes me wonder if the people who have complained about this game are dimwits, but we'll find out. So, first squad. So how do I know? So maybe because it's green, I know it's spent an order. And since it's yellow, I know that's fresh because... I mean, that's a little odd. But okay. I guess this is rally. It will let me hover over to see what it says. You have to right click to make it happen. You can't rally if you move.
Anyone got a light?
Remember Sergeant Bennett's wise comment that morale is the backbone of your company's performance? Well, what do you think the role of leadership is then? Of course, it's to manage that morale. Let's look at your tools. One of them is bolster. So here we have a good order unit. And if we were to attack, it'd be 50-50 on the attack. It moves 3 squares. It has 70% morale check. But let's bolster it. A lot more movement. Hey, it's gonna pass a morale check. And look at the firefight. Bolster enhances an already good unit so it is significantly more effective, especially for firefights. The experience and the trust of the leader comes to bear. Don't make the mistake, however, of thinking of Bolster as sort of a poor man's rally, rally for one action. I've moved the leader down to this shaken squad, half morale, and I'm thinking, well, it's pretty poor for a firefight right now. Maybe I'll bolster it and it'll be fine. Well, there's some improvement. If you studied this, you'd see the suppress predictions are a little bit better, but you're still going to lose initiative. It's not a rally. If you want a unit with shaken or below morale to improve, rally. Rally, by contrast, fully restores morale for the long term. Of course, it does take a turn to do, so you'll have to pick the time and place for when you rally, for when you bolster, or for when you orchestrate your platoon and company to be effective all at once, rather than dribble in an attack on the enemy.
Okay, so basically you bolster units that are already rallied, and you rally units that are shaken or low. But I'm also getting the impression that rally takes a whole turn, so like if you're really close to the enemy, you may not get to rally unless you can retreat. That's my impression. Obviously, like I said, I've never played this before. I'm learning. So, sure, we're going to pick our guy. I just wanted to see what it said. So it's a vital long-term order. Alright, so let's bolster. Okay, what do we got? Hmm. We can assault. Oh, I just moved the wrong direction. Ah, this is where I need to go. I am so not where I'm supposed to be. Okay, so apparently it was a
A
draw.
good leader needs to be able to think ahead, anticipate a situation, and make a decision based on the best information available.
Okay, I was frustrated because there were men on the field that had the. They looked like they were from the same division I was from, but I couldn't control them, and I thought I could. Okay, fine enough. So. See, they knew who a girl was back then. Okay, resources you spend on your men. Captain earns extra trust based on men and mission performance. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Make a change. The cost is above. So can't do anything here yet. So I can improve this. How much does it cost though? 5 prestige. Commander experience. Trust. Oh, there we go. I got 7 prestige and 7 loyalty. I see. That's why we have 4 lieutenants. Because we have 4 squads. This costs loyalty and prestige. Okay, that's where the L2P2 comes. Okay, I'm starting to understand this. So this is what I have to spend. That costs both. This just costs prestige to get your lieutenants to go up. First squad, first platoon. Second, third, and mortars. This is MG squad. Okay, I'm getting it. I don't know where to spend my points, to be quite honest. Lieutenant unnamed, I'm assuming, is us, so let's. So that costs 5. And this is our only mortar squad, so let's improve them. So my impression so far is I don't mind the video interruptions, because like you could tell that the designers are really concerned that people are going to approach this game like they would XCOM, and then be frustrated with it because it's not like XCOM. That's fine. I just had a whole screen of information that was barely explained to me. And then I had, a 45-second video on how to click on somebody and move them two spaces to the right. And to me, that was like a mismanagement of where to focus your time and energy. Also, I have a black screen now, and I don't know why. There we go.
Well, it was infantry. And infantry is different than cavalry. We didn't have horses, but they had light tanks, the cavalry did.
So
And
what kind of training then would you have in the infantry?
Bayonet, hand grenade. You don't throw a hand grenade like a baseball, you lob it.
That was really cool. I mean, I do like the history. Second effort. The volume is really loud. It's getting confusing.
Bennett tells me you're progressing, LT. So today we get to talk about tactics, not just mechanics. Without further ado, why don't we go to, I think, the core of how we're different from most tactical games that the casual gamer or others might be familiar with, namely bang, 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 you're dead games. This is true of a fair number of tactical World War II games too, but I don't think of reality. You know, people don't want to die. You fire at them, they're going to get down behind the stone wall, and your bullets aren't going to do much. So, instead you need what's called the 4Fs. So here we are in Germany. You've got elements of a rifle platoon, you've got Germans up north, and your goal is to suppress them first. You're not going to succeed in killing them, they're in pretty good cover, and they're going to put their heads down. So you've started firing, but it's not just bang, bang, bang even for suppression. You have to be smart, you have to use your leadership. You have to bolster, improving their fire. The leader is directing the fire here. He's using a heavy weapon, which is intimidating, higher rate of fire, puts more bullets around the squad. And, you know, when you hear bullets whizzing by, you start to be suppressed, meaning you're keeping your head down. And you can see the color bars here are telling us the state of the enemy's morale. They've gone from green to yellow, and they will shortly be at red. They've been doing an effective job here. He's suppressed. Ah.
It is just repeating things. Okay, I gotta do something about the sound. The music on this was so loud. So I'm gonna reduce that. Everything else seems to be fine. Okay. So, I'm assuming this is my target. I got Lieutenant Stern up here. I'm here. We have second squad, first squad. He's got the machine gun squad and the mortars. I think that would work, but let's wait. Let's get here. Okay, so I'm leading. So we're going to have a horrible... So let's bolster our unit. Then our unit is going to fire. Psh, look at this.
We further reinforce that sense of limited command and control by dividing the turn into leader rounds. If it's your leader round, you only get to lead your men, and you don't get to lead them doing Stern's leader round.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't know, like, how did I choose my... Is it because I activated my unit, so therefore I made it my leader round? Or as if I would have activated him? So maybe the order I selected them would have made a difference? Okay.
That end toward the enemy.
So how am I still leading the round? Oh, I gotta end the round. Okay. I get it. So they want me to open fire with the MG. I don't see a problem here. Why don't we just have Oh, that cracks me up. Okay, I'm gonna fire again. Because that's what I'm supposed to do. And then I have to end turn. Alright, I got a bolster.
That's the way!
Too far.
Yeah, heroes of the free fucking world here. I know. I'm with ya.
I don't understand. I truly don't. I'm out of stuff already.
So, some of you will recognize this, but note there weren't any casualties. So, now we have to, ideally, flank and finish. And Dearborn, let's hope you can do the job here. So tree about sort of laying down the fieldwork for success. There's a lot of games that focus on drama melee, but from what I've read, for instance, in Leo Murray's book, actually most assaults led to surrender or retreat because people suppressed don't really want bayonets in the stomach.
Alright, I get it. How do I know I'm flanking them? That's my question. This is... Alright. I think I was supposed to start with him, right? So the game assumes that I'm on Lieutenant Stern when I'm really on him, and then it assumes I'm on him when I'm on Like, so the whole tutorial is messed up. Alright, so we're gonna bolster again. And now we're gonna assault. Hey, we did it. So there's a new enemy there. Okay, they're in trouble. I guess I'm out of commands. I still have one more command, but I guess I can't do anything. One turn left. Okay, so this guy has no morale. We can't assault with them. We got a bolster. And then we're gonna assault again. I should have gone through the woods. That was my mistake. That was my mistake. I could have bolstered them.
Being a strong leader also meant being able to rely on others to help get the job done. That included fellow soldiers who had vastly different strengths and weaknesses than his own.
Right click on your portrait. And click the edit. Some of these look like Band of Brothers. I'm fine with that. Alright, so this is 101st. Looks like them. This looks like the 82nd. But I mean, those are divisions, not, squads, of course. How do I change it? Oh, here we go. My name is up there. It's not letting me. It's not letting me delete. This is crazy. That seems very buggy. Yes. Yes, I got 3-star. Like, why is it Jeff Unnamed? If I hit, there we go. When I hit the delete button, the whole thing, much better. Okay. We got 14 loyalty, only 5 prestige. Lieutenant Stern. There you go. We can get the loyalty to go up. I honestly don't know where to spend my points, to be honest. Because the mission was poor, we only gained 5. I mean, I do. So, my mistake at the end there is I should have gone through the forest, and instead they tried to go out in the open field. I mean, I'm sort of getting it, but it's definitely feels a little wonky, if I can say that. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. So we still have points we can distribute. See, look, they both got stars. Because they were doing well. They have 34. Sure, we'll do it that way.
No, no. When we left Fort Leonard Wood, nobody knew where they were going. I mean, they just loaded us on the train, and in fact, we didn't know where we were going until we got close to somebody, how it got out, but somebody said we were going to Camp Pickett, Virginia.
I'll do sweetheart. Okay. I sort of get this idea. So I can use the captain to activate them when it's like their turn. I get that. Makes sense.
You may think tactical leadership is all about leading men in combat, difficult moral decisions. But frankly, a lot of it's about coordination, or what the military calls command and control. Wouldn't be a credible leadership RPG without some of that. And you've got some problems, LT. Look at you. You're inexperienced. You've got 4 orders to run 3 squads. Contrast the captain. He's got 5 stars. He's got 6 orders to run. Wouldn't it be nice if you had that? Well, maybe someday you will. Now, you're running a platoon. You're not running Stern's weapon platoon. You're running your 3 squads. And the interface reinforces your spotting them. There's ovals for your platoon. They're also over here. And you have an insignia for your particular platoon. You're reminiscent of the cotton balers insignia. And by the way, you can customize that.
For no more than light casualties.
Mortars, forward.
Select the
Quickly
captain,
now.
but do not move. After locating the hidden second step, rally this unit. That's step 1. That's step 3. This is a weird. Oh, here, step 2. Left click the rally button. Okay. So I'm going to rally that unit. Fetch a single order for a squad. That's what this is, okay? So we're going to press that unit.
There's another reason we do lead arounds, to emphasize another coordination problem, namely coordinating your company of 4 distinct platoons, independently led. That's not easy, and so the rounds force you to choose what platoon is doing what. And there's a last reason. The military likes to say, the enemy gets a vote, meaning they're not going to sit quietly while you do all the wonderful things you'd like to do. They might want to do things that interrupt your plan. Kind of like happens in chess. You get a move, they get a move.
So recon by fire. So Dearborn's round enemy stern, enemy Dearborn. I get that. Okay, use this squad and recon by fire here. Alright, so I'm going to select that squad. Press this button to close things back up. So we gotta take both of those. Makes sense. And of course we haven't lost a lot of casualties. Left click the support mortars button. So step 1. Go to this. Which I did. Where's step 2? Use the captain. Left click support mortars. And barrage that X. Move the captain there. Yeah, so we should have moved around, I guess.
So let's see some of these leadership problems of command and control in practice. We've got an assault situation. We're hoping to take out these Germans here. To make it a little clearer, let's turn on bases. And why don't I bring down one of my squads? Notice up here it's indicating it's going to be my round because I'm doing something. So it's committed to moving my platoon. Now I could move everybody now, but I want to emphasize you don't have to do everything at once. Let's just say I want to pass, see what the enemy does. So I do. Luckily they're pretty passive. I'm going to creep these guys up. I'm going to use hotkeys to make this faster. Now I feel in a pretty good position for an assault, but unfortunately it's my round, so I can't really start firing astern. Let's pass. Remember, leadership rounds, command and control.
Okay, so I lost some points.
Stern's going to soften these guys up, hopefully. It's bolster, of course. You always want to do that to win a firefight. Ah, wow, that was nice. We got them red right away. Let's just do one more to be careful. Though when they're red, you're usually in pretty good shape for an assault. But why not be overly cautious once? But I want to keep the momentum going. Now here's my problem. What if they've got a leader in there who's going to rally them? The enemy gets a vote, right? So I can't make my assault this leader round because it's Stern's leader round. So what am I going to do? Ah, this is where your ace in the hole comes in. Your captain.
Right click on an adjacent hack.
Captain Lamb here can do a couple of things. First, he's going to take this squad. You notice it's spent. And he's going to revive it. He's going to press it, give it an order. Notice he can do this even though it's your round, because he's the captain. He's going to bolster. I bet you can see where I'm headed now. And let's do the assault. Notice I get to do my assault during my round. Hoping for the best. Ha! I use the captain to glue my company together, to coordinate my weapons platoon with my infantry platoon. So, use your orders carefully. Place your leadership appropriately. Manage command and control. Command and control on the battlefield is hard. That's why you've got the burden of command.
The interruptions are a little weird. I mean, I get it. The thing is like the video is nowhere, like my captain is up here. He's nowhere near an assault. Okay, that's the take command. Okay, I get it now. I have one more order, so I'll take command of him. Oh, take command, and I can't fire on him at all. I can fire on that one. Too far. It feels like it's a move. This is an MG squad. Are they really gonna move? Yeah, this is stupid.
Let's get it done.
Oh, I'm gonna do horrible here. What? How on earth did that happen? So we got this dude leading. Alright, so let's bolster these guys.
Gentlemen, ready yourselves. Come on.
Too far. How on earth is that too far? Okay, then I'm gonna have to end turn.
Mickey Mouse is kaputt.
That's funny. Alright, then we got this dude, right? So it's an MG squad. I don't understand what's happening here. So I'm going to hold down the control key so I move through the woods. That's the mortar. That's the reason why they couldn't. They were out of actions. So let's end turn. Oh. Can he call in? Nope. Restore one order to a non-leader unit. Rally, bolster. I think he can only do it if he's with them, though, right? Yeah, that's the problem. Let's go ahead and end.
Hello, LT. I want to talk to you about one last nice aspect of your ace, your captain. He can influence troops adjacent. Doesn't sound that powerful, but it turns out to be quite efficient. So I'm going to have him bolster, I'll use hotkeys here, this adjacent member of your platoon. You didn't have to pay. Let's bolster these guys. Still didn't have to pay. Notice the enhanced movement. And if you want to be sneaky, you can even take command of one of my, or I'd say one of your platoon squads, and pay their initial activation for their move. That leaves you free to do whatever you might need to do. Assault, lead firefights, etc. You can also rally. Powerful.
Okay. One second. Okay. Could be adjacent to. So here's my problem. They made me go somewhere else. Okay, I know I have to take that objective. The problem is I'm way up here. And I already learned that if I go across this, I get in the sniper view. But I know I can at least do this, and I will. I mean, they are red. Or they seem to be. So now I'm going to call in the mortars as well. Gonna bolster.
Gentlemen, follow me.
Come on!
With me, gentlemen.
Okay, so we got the objective. Okay, we got 2 major victories. Look at that, you get a lot more experience points. So already I can tell you, if I start the campaign over and I do the... I'm going to get a lot more points to spend amongst my people. Which gives you an edge, right? When you go on.
I think a good leader is a man who knows what has to be done and sets about to do it. But he also has to know about the people that he's got to do it with.
If you're not liking a guy and you know he's got the ability to lead you, you don't care whether you like him or dislike him. First of all, guts. Second of all, brains. You ain't got the brains, you don't belong there. Because you're going to take men with you when he gets killed.
You don't want them to, you want to take no men, no matter if they hate you or not. You want to get them in alive and get them out alive.
You got to look up to the guy and like him. If you don't look up to him and like him, you're not going to go with him. And then everybody tells you any different, they're talking through their hat.
All right. That's the thing. They yelled at me for going across the open field, so how am I going to lead them into an assault if I'm up there guiding? That's the part I don't understand. I did send my lieutenant to do an assault. Man, how long is this tutorial? This is crazy. I mean, this is cool. It seems... I don't know what the point of this is. Maybe that's the actual picture of the camp. Here you can see I got a lot more points because we did well. Again, I mean, I'm starting to get some stars with some of my men. You can see we gained some experience points. Like, I don't know if the right strategy is to spread it out or to focus. Like, this is going to be my A squad, right? Like, that I don't get. And how much do I know they'll get more orders if they start to gain stars. See, it shows... I don't like the fact that, look, that pop-up goes off the screen and I can't read it. It also increases the likelihood of what? Here we go. Of Undaunted. Well, we got a lot of points. Some of these only take prestige, for example. That takes both. So let's say this one, plus. So you can see I'm in the 50s for every one. This guy's over 100. I think that's how you get the star, is you have to be over 100. And maybe the right thing to do is to give experience points to whoever has 0. So I'm at 5 and 7. Maybe Wilson just hasn't participated yet. Oh boy. It's a long tutorial.
And that's where we left from. We left from Newport News when we went overseas to Africa then.
Now, when you were there, did you know where you were headed at that point in time?
Nope, nobody knew where we were going or anything. I mean, until after we were out to sea for, quite some time, and then somebody said we were going to Africa.
It is training camp. Okay, so they want us to creep forward. Alright, so... So we would actually get... We'd be able to surprise them pretty well. So we can bolster. Oh, we're out of orders. Press.
No use waiting.
Too far. I don't know what the point of this was. Yeah, nobody's leading. Or maybe they can't assault because they don't have a commander. That stinks. Let's get them into cover.
Pick it up.
Get them in cover. There's a machine gun all the way over there. Holy crap. Oh, we lost some casualties. Okay, so does that mean he gets to go? That's a 50-50.
Welt kaputt! Das ist ein Heimatschuss! Los, weiterfeuern!
Okay, got a bolster again.
We're gonna pound them flat!
Uh-oh.
Only so much shit a man can stand.
Das ist ein Heimatschuss!
They're in trouble.
No can do!
It is high morale. What are they talking about? I don't get it. I don't understand that at all. I had the action. I had the... And here it says I have an order. I guess with him, we gotta definitely rally. Why won't it let me rally? Oh, because they already went. That's why. They can't assault.
Mein weher Arsch.
Prepare yourselves.
Well, that at least helped. Okay. So that's line of sight. Okay, we need to do this dang assault.
Let's get back out there!
Too far. Low morale.
Form up!
Why Why can't anybody assault? This is driving me nuts.
Auf einen Befehl! Haltet drauf!
Let's go kick some tuchus.
I understand now that the orange here is they'll see you. So if I run across here, that's how they can snipe me. Whereas if I run back here, they won't see me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's a little frustrating. Because like I felt like I've had this guy ready to be assaulted like 100 times. So I have this guy can do something. So we took out one. I'm happy about that.
The only way out is through.
So we'll go ahead and rally our people. And maybe move them up. I need a little bit of rallying. Okay, so these guys, you can see, are super low.
It'll take more than this to stop us.
Gonna rally them again. He's out of actions. That's a long run.
Let's go.
Okay, so we got our captain now, which is good, because now I can order fire from the mortar and still not hit anybody. Alright. I gotta pause real quick before I figure out what to do next. Sorry about that. I'm in the middle of smoking a brisket, so I have to go keep checking on it. I am getting very close to my next waypoint. I'm getting a little frustrated because this tutorial is not helping me to understand what I'm supposed to do. I have this thing hitting me. Great. So what? So I'm supposed to keep assaulting this hill. I have no artillery. I have no air support. I mean, what? Anyways, I can understand why people are frustrated with this, because I don't feel like, okay, fine, click on Captain Lamb. So what? I can't. If I try to move closer, I get shot at by, I mean, in order for this to be able to shoot, I have to move it forward. So, like, a mortar can't hit anybody. It's worthless. So I want him to... It's like that's too far. So why does it show up? Well, I guess that's all the further they can move. Is to there. Alright, so we got an MG squad, which can move all the way to there, but here you can see they'll be spotted. And that was one of his orders.
Back on your feet.
So how do I move him with this guy? Do I have to move up? Fine. Now we move forward. There we go.
With me, pronto! Lasst uns den Army zeigen! Deckungsfeuer!
So they're trying again. They're near dead. Oh. So I get these three to go. If I do that, I'm in their range. I can... Yeah. Okay, so we got them in a bit of a pickle. They're not letting me move. Why can't I move? Oh, that's because that's part of his unit. Oh, so sorry. Alright, they need bolstering. So I'm just going to select him. And we're going to... Nope. So I'm just going to select him. And move up and join them. And then I have to rally those guys.
Quit your belly aching.
Just because their morale was low. These guys are full up though. So if I do control, no, I have to go out in the open if I want to move to here. See, they show like the dial bar, there's a 75% chance because I have to go there. It won't let me go through a space that's already occupied. I have to do the same dial check if I go there. Or I could just straight up shoot at them. Yeah. They already have their heads down is what it's trying to tell me. So it didn't do me any good. Okay, I'm glad they're giving me the feedback. I still have my captain, but he's like way the bloody back there. I don't think I can move my captain to the same space, can I? Oh, that's right.
They can't keep us down.
He can rally people that he's next to. That's what I want to do. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then we should probably... I don't know who he would bolster. Can you rally him a second time? No. It said no need because there was no suppression. Alright, let's end. So now we got our unit. So here you can see these are all of our guys. These guys need to rally. So what I'm going to do is move myself up to there. And then rally the units.
Come on!
We're going to move these guys forward. Our LT's worse than yours. Let's go for it. There's a really long pause between actions here. Got one more action, but this is... It's safe because I don't think anybody can see this if there's no yellow. So I can move them up there. And then we got one more action from Lamb. Just end. Alright, so I'm at a major defeat so far. Just refresher of crap I already know. So yeah, we have to secure this crossroads, which means this guy needs to be taken. So let's start with him. Bolster.
Give it to him.
Assault. They are not assaulting.
Steady. Fire.
I don't understand. Why did they not assault? They're not assaulting. The whole thing's done already. The game's not giving me good feedback there. Like, why can't I assault them? They're red? So what's the holdup?
Achtung, jetzt kommt's dicke. Willkommen zum Krieg.
So this is an MG squad. I'm not going to be able to assault with an MG squad.
We gotta get him!
They're switching who they're attacking. Oh my gosh, the morale's really low. I can't rally him. So I'll try to rally them. What the heck just happened? So now I'm standing out in the open. I don't know what just happened. I didn't make them move there. Not even in the slightest. There's no commands left. I personally think I need to take this more than I need to take that. At least in terms of priorities here. So we got... He's out of commands.
Move that mortar!
Come on, cotton balers!
Knock him out!
Oh, I got some experience at least.
I know you can do this.
Press him some more. Target's heavily suppressed. That's good.
Stop whining and follow me.
Ten turns left. Start with him. We're gonna do 105 millimeter. Now we have our mortars, but I'm gonna do those on him. Okay, so that didn't do anything.
Ross, focus!
So they're already suppressed as well. Okay, fine. So I'm gonna hit end turn.
Wir gehen nach Hause.
So they're gonna try to rally those guys. And then we need to charge. So first thing we should do is... I mean, we need to take that as well. They're in trouble. So... They didn't move there?
Los, weiterfeuern!
I think because they shot, they wouldn't continue. Makes sense.
Come on!
I didn't mean to bolster them. Dang it. I can't rally them unless I'm in their space. Dang it. The whole point of this was to attack them because they're suppressed. I have low morale squad and another low morale squad. Dang it.
Wo eiserne Weiter! Wachsen.
So they're rallying. Can they get to there? No. Can they get to there? Yes. Gonna move there. Gonna bolster.
Keep at him!
And then we're gonna invade.
Let's go!
That's gonna allow us to take that. Okay, that's one of our objectives. This guy is constantly rallying.
Gentlemen, steel yourselves.
That's his whole turn, because he only has one action. Captain Lamb. Can he move down to here? He can move down to there. See, they're suppressed like mad. I still can't control these guys. Can't rally them. So what can he do? Can't press him either. Come on. Okay, these guys are rallying, so I need to call in the artillery. No spotter. Bolster. Already bolstered. Is he by himself? I think he is. Maybe that's why he can't attack. I left my unit behind. Of course. Rally. Let's get Lamb back up there. Of course. Moving Lamb out of there was a bad idea. They're very low in morale.
Fire! Fire! Don't dig in. We're moving soon.
Okay, now we finally got actions because he's no longer being suppressed by them, so we can start charging forward here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to charge this way because we're not. I mean, I totally moved somewhere that was completely safe. Now this, they're out in the open, but I got him suppressed. Maybe that squad really is still green. I got another squad I can try to move forward. There's one. And look at this right here. Two. And we still got two commands. We got this one way in the back. And the reason I want to move him forward is we need to start attacking points, and I can't. I don't think I can rally because I've already moved them. Yeah. Can't attack anybody either. But you know what? We can move. See that yellow? That's not good. Can we move there? Nope. We got some. It's because there's a machine gun squad there. I think we're done with this particular unit. And I have to pause again. I'll be back. So, I know I'm still in the tutorial and I'm still learning. And there's probably tactics I'm still not understanding. But I never understood games that they give you like a certain number of orders. And you have like 3 squads. And you may have less than 3 orders. I don't know. I just personally think that as a commander, you give orders to all your squads. And, you know, and then you hit end turn, and then everybody does what you told them to do. Like, that to me seems more realistic. I mean, I understand that maybe your commander loses communication with one of the squads and then can't issue them commands, but that's not the case here. You can issue any of them anywhere. But anyways, I'm just doing a little bit of whining, I guess. So my dilemma is, do we move to here? And I'm going to say yes, let's do it. So we're out of commands. And now we got this dude. Right, so he's got a unit here, he has a unit there. So for example, I can't assault. But I can move to there, or at least move to there. So let's do that. And now we're going to try to assault this already suppressed. I guess it didn't work. It doesn't say. That's what's annoying about this. I think when it shows the dial, there's a % chance that it's going to fail. I just wish it would give me better feedback that it failed. So here you can see I'm visible, but here I'm not, which is an interesting dilemma. And I'm betting there's somebody in that building. But let's go ahead and move them. And yes, there's a suspicious fire. So I can't attack the MG anyways. So what we're going to do then is I have 2 commands left. So we're going to bolster.
We gotta finish this.
Right? And then we're going to recon by fire.
Make me proud.
Nothing happened. Alright, end turn. 8 turns left. Alright, so here you can see Captain Lamb is seriously suppressed.
Rally on me!
He can rally. Then we're going to start with him. We're going to bolster.
Gentlemen, prepare for battle.
And then we're going to assault. And it didn't work. That didn't work either. That was horrible.
Eisenhower, kaput!
So I mean, they were right. You always do your machine gun fire first, right?
Knock him out!
The mortars aren't available. I got one more action.
Schnell, schnell!
Okay, so that leader left there, because that's an artillery, I think. Alright, so let's go to this guy. Bolster.
Let's get back out there!
Why can't I attack? I don't understand. Oh, that...
Come on!
He's been that...
Don't get frisky!
We got an officer? Why? Why can't they do it? It's about time.
Das ist ein Heimatschuss!
Seven turns left.
Lace up your boondockers. We're finishing this.
Go get him. Why can't you go get him?
Willkommen zum Krieg!
So I guess I'm doing things a little out of order. Maybe should have mortared him before I, Alright, so I'm gonna rally this squad.
It's us or them.
I still have 2 actions left with him.
The day ain't over yet.
I guess we can't move anybody. Okay, next up. His squad is in not really in good shape.
Gentlemen, ready yourselves.
Just can't do it. Who do we got left? We got Captain Lamb. I'm gonna go ahead and take control.
Move them out!
Doesn't really do anything. That was all just a big waste.
Let's get back out there! Stay close!
All right. 6 turns left. So my attack is red, which means I have to get back to him. And mortar. Oh, come on. Come on. Mortar. Right there. MG squad.
Odenfeld, kaputt!
It's us or them.
Okay. This guy's gotta be able to attack him. There we go, we got green. We're green, we're green. Let's
I'm
bolster.
counting on you, boys.
Come on.
We got him. So I got a miner.
Seven decades ago, we were all so young, full of piss and vinegar, as they say, ready for the great crusade which lay ahead of us. We were out for payback because of the Japanese sneak attack on Pearl Harbor, some far-off place many of us had never even heard of prior to December 7th, 1941.
And I finished out that school year and enlisted in the Army in 1942.
Okay, we got a decent score. I mean, clearly, once you know what you're doing, you can get a lot more points to distribute amongst your troops. I don't know if that's necessary. I mean, you know, we earned our stars even without distributing points. And, you know, Captain Liam has his stats, which, as you can see, we have ours. Now, this is what happens when you have casualties. This is like requesting troops. So you only want these two to be highlighted. That's the big takeaway here. But you can see you know, some troops obviously did more than others. And so then the question becomes, you know, do I raise my lieutenants? Or do I keep focusing? I have no idea. Like, which is more important? To have elite squads or to have elite lieutenants? I mean, obviously, I think both probably play a factor. The elite lieutenants will give you more commands, which then lets you move your squads. Because you can see here, look, this is 2, 4, 6 orders, and you only have 4. Now, when the mortars shoot, they use up both of their commands, so even though it's one command from him, it uses up both of these. So, you know, it's not always 1 for 1. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I mean, we don't have that much to go around here. So we can increase loyalty. This helps them with morale checks. I'm assuming trust also helps them, like when you tell them you want to assault something. Oh, let's go ahead and boost. I'm gonna boost it one more time. Give him a star. They have 0 experience. They haven't done anything the whole time. You know why? Because we were suppressed the whole time. We have a lot going on. You can see we got our first star with this group. He's got stars all around. Let's give him something. I'm just trying to give experience to the guys who hardly have any. So let's get the troops. You know, they're the ones that do the fighting. I know we gotta lead them. Alright, that's what I chose to do. And then I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here since we finished the tutorial. From here on, I don't know where we're going to go. It looks like it says Camp Picket. I mean, the picture did change. Although it looks like the exact same hillside. You know, what do I think of it so far? I mean, I don't hate it. I don't know how in love I am. I mean, the tutorial was a little silly. I did like the idea of being graded and all that stuff. I just don't know how effective it was at teaching me tactics. Like, I do think I did figure things out, and it did help me at times. But there's also times where it's like something, like my guys wouldn't charge. And I don't know why. And I'm assuming it's because they failed a morale check, you know, that little dial. The dial wasn't, you know, 100% green, so, you know, your RNG went against you. It's a little bizarre. I sort of wish... Like things like, okay, if I morale my troops, if I rally my troops, how much will my morale go up? I mean, maybe it does tell me, but it just doesn't seem to be obvious. Like it's almost like the information's there, but it's not as helpful as it could be. I can clearly tell by the designer videos that they would interject that through their playtesting they realized that people were frustrated and not understanding, and it's because they were doing the bang bang, what do they call it, the bang bang games like XCOM. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I guess my best feedback is information is king. And if I have the right information, I can adjust to apply the tactics the way the game wants me to. And it doesn't matter if it's a bang bang game. Like, I almost feel like there was like this, I mean, it's something I'm guilty of all the time, but it's like this condescending, you know, those are bang bang games. We're much more sophisticated than that. And I mean, I tend to agree. It is more sophisticated than that. But even the bang bang games have, you know, you need information and you need to know what. If I click on this and I do that, if I hide behind this, like XCOM, that's one of the bang bang games they were mentioning, right? If I go behind this wall, I know that it's going to give me half a shield of defense. And if I go behind this car, it's going to give me a full. Or, you know, whatever. That's information. Now, granted, it's simplified. I mean, I basically have two choices. I'm walking or I'm dashing. I can walk and then shoot, or I can dash, right? And then when I shoot, there's a percentage that pops up on the screen, and I got a percentage chance that I hit, and if I do, you know, it does X amount of damage. I get it that might be simplified. But at the end of the day, it's information. The game gives you information, like, for example, the percentage chance that this shot is going to hit that alien. And that information, I then use that to determine, okay, do I want to take the shot or do I want to go get in cover? And from my perspective, this is what makes games fun, is you have the right information so you can make the right choices. And yeah, maybe it's boring to go bang bang. I think this, with the way the leaders and the chain of command, and even a little bit of the RPG elements, I mean, this has potential to be fantastic. It's just, again, it boils down to information. And the information has to help me to make the right decisions. And right now, I'm missing information. And it could be just because this is all new to me, and once I play it a little bit longer, it'll be like light bulb, and things will go off. The information could be better. At least, and especially after finishing a tutorial, the tutorial definitely helped, but I just feel like it could have done more. And if I was a playtester, I would have sat down with a developer to talk to them about, can you give feedback when I try to charge and I failed? Well, why? Why did I just fail? It's called because I failed my morale check. Okay, great. So, since it's a tutorial, a little pop-up should say, you failed a morale check. Make sure you bolster your troops. And if that doesn't work, make sure you rally them. And I just think that's the feedback right there, right? So I tried to tell my troops to move forward. They refused. But why did they refuse? Well, it's because they weren't bolstered, or the morale's not high enough. I mean, that's the key part that's missing. Anyways, I know you guys get it. And I don't regret owning this game. I haven't regretted playing it so far. We're at 2 hours and 46 minutes on this video, and that's precisely how long I've been playing this game. So, I think I got 2 more hours before I could return it. I mean, it was a little weird that the very first message the game gives you is, if you don't like graphic, whatever, make sure you return it. I don't know. It's almost like the game has a chip on its shoulder. But, I see potential. I really do. And, this has been on my wish list for almost 2 years, like ever since they announced it. Cool concept. Let's see what the real, now that we're out of the tutorial, let's see what it really gives us. Anyways, thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome.